Hey backers, it's Kuji. It's a Saturday night and I'm working out of Hackcelerator's office in Shenzhen, where I've been here for about the last 7 months. And I regret to inform you that we're not going to make March. We've had a number of issues, but we are making huge progress. So back in my last video update, I showed you this prototype, which is still working, and we wanted to take something similar to this to production. Now, we went through another SLA print right here where we kind of print out in plastic to make sure that everything mechanically fits. And then we produced the next prototype right here, which is our sixth prototype. Now, this one is the size, dimensionally exactly what we want to go to production with, but underneath there were a number of issues that we needed to resolve. And I also, unexpectedly, even though these two boards may look physically very similar, I had to completely redo the layout in order to make it fit, where it's just incredibly tight. If you can see that inside there, the components are just so close to each other, making it a very challenging electrical layout, where I spent a lot of time trying to make it all fit. And here's our next prototype. This is our next gen SLA prototype where we printed it out, and we had some more issues that needed to be resolved. This is our next one right here, where we've switched out the heating PCB with a flexible PCB. There's a button on the side here, which we originally had as like a surface mount component, but due to the tolerances of where a button gets soldered onto the PCB and how that gets screwed onto the housing and how that fits inside the housing, we needed like a tolerance of like 0.1 millimeters in order to make it fit and make it work reliably and not have that jiggle. So if you shake the Quitbit, you wouldn't get the button rattling. So the tolerances required to make this button were just extremely tight, and we needed to change that to another flexible PCB. So inside a lot of mobile phones, you'll see that their buttons are connected to flexible circuits where you basically jam it into a very tightened area where only the vertical clearances actually matter, whereas here we have horizontal tolerances to deal with, and how that all comes together may result in like a 1 millimeter tolerance, but that's way too large for making a reliable button. So we needed to change the housing again. Now, if that last change, everything looks good, where we have the new layouts, we're pretty much ready to go. I just got to tweak it a little bit more. The housings look good. We'll be able to start the tooling next week. And once the tooling kicks off, that's going to be another 5 weeks of time in order to get that. And then we have first shots, then we can start production. Then we're looking at the early summer when we can start shipping our first units. Until then, I'll be working out of Hackcelerator. Ada, my co-founder, will be joining me in a couple weeks so we can get this going a lot faster. Thanks.